All right, we are back with another Market Minute update with Giovanni Acosta. Gio, thank you once again for coming in.
Thanks. I appreciate you having me, Jimmy.
It's always fun. Well, I guess it's almost always fun. It's been a running joke that any facial hair I have has had an impact on rates, and I did shave recently. So just tell us where rates are today.
I don't know, man. I mean, it was a joke, but I think I'm fearful right now of the beard, man. Rates have gone up I wouldn't say quite a bit, but maybe about 1/4% since the last meeting. So we had, I think it was three consecutive drops with the beard, and we've had two increases without the beard. So I
I
need the
I take
beard.
full responsibility, and I just want to apologize to everyone out there. So where are we? What's the number, and what kind of impact is that having on everyone?
Yeah, right now today rates sit at 7.125. So last meeting was 6.875. It's about 1/4% difference there. So we always talk about different markets, and I think we've been using Bethlehem as an example. So that's good. You're going to be looking at about $60 a month difference on the average home in Bethlehem.
And is there something psychological, about having a six that starts it versus having a seven? I feel like it's not a huge move, but just seeing it in the sevens might be more intimidating almost.
Yeah, for sure. I think even when you're up there in the high sixes, and we see some lenders now that offer 6.99, which is essentially
Right.
seven, and that's the same thing. It's a marketing play, right? I mean, we do it too, but it's psychological, right?
Yeah. So why did they jump? What happened, to get us here?
Yeah, I think what really happened is there was a signal late last year that the Fed was going to definitely be dropping rates this year at some point, and it was a little bit of a knee jerk reaction. People thought rates were going to get cut probably about three times. I
Hmm.
thought so too. And now we're sitting here in March. There's another meeting coming up on the check. I think it's the 20th coming up now,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have any cuts yet. And we're not anticipating really any cuts for this meeting or at least in my opinion, in May's meeting. So I think that pace it's definitely going to happen, but I think the pace is going to be a little bit slower than what we initially thought it was going to be.
Yeah. So what's next then for rates? Like, where do you see rates going, I guess, throughout the course of the year?
I have two dates on my calendar. So I have June and July. There's a meeting June the 12th. There's a meeting July 31st. So I'm thinking in one of those two meetings, we'll probably get our first rate cut, but that's already more than halfway through the year, at that point.
Right.
So
Right. You're expecting a couple, and now you have to wait till the middle of the year. That's hard for sure.
yeah. So what I think too is like, people, there were also some people that were thinking, hey, like prices are going to come down, right? They thought, the winter's coming, rates were elevated for a while. Um, Pricing really didn't come down on houses. And now we're getting into the spring market with 7% rate, So
Yeah.
I see people venturing like a little bit further into like other neighborhoods that maybe they wouldn't consider. They were sort of waiting on the fence for their ideal neighborhood, thinking, "Hey, rates are going to come down, prices might come down a little faster," and seeing like a little more urgency now, a little more movement. So
I mean, you're right, though. I think even myself in my home, I see, the Zestimate, which I think is a dirty word in real estate, and I'm sorry. Um, and I see it's up here, and I'm like, all right, but that's not real. Like, it's going to come down. And it hasn't. And I think you're right. Are you starting to see the breaking point where people have kind of given up on hoping for prices to come down, sort of accepting this as the new norm and are now purchasing at this price?
yeah, I think once things started to pivot and rates started to go up, the chatter started right away
Yeah.
that hey, rates are going up. As rates go up, and I think we talked about in the last meeting, traditionally rates go up, prices come down. And you wait it out and you say, okay, well, 6 months have passed, prices haven't come down. A year has passed, prices haven't come down. At some point, you look at it. We've been in sort of this higher rate environment for 2 years, and prices haven't come down. And
Yeah.
now people are starting to, I think, realize like, hey, if we're going to do something, we should do it, right?
Yeah. And how's inventory at this point? With the rate moves we've seen, where's inventory?
Inventory has been sort of flat, a little bit up in Bethlehem. So I'm seeing a little bit of an increase. I think on the last meeting when I was in, I wrote down that there was about 62 single family homes on the market at that time. It's about 76 now, so
Hmm.
up a little bit. Some of the other markets are flat. But we're coming into spring, so I'm expecting just in general more movement. You'll have more inventory, you'll have some more transactions going on. I think days on market will come down a bit. As it just becomes easier, people are more excited to go out, nice weather and stuff. So I think we're going to be moving in the right direction.
We've had a couple tastes of spring, and I'm ready for it. It feels like it's finally coming.
Those first time home buyers are out there ready for it too, I'm sure.
Speaking of first time home buyers, you have a little first time home buyer on its way, right?
I have a little guy on the way. So hopefully in the next week or so, we'll see. I don't want to call it a scare, but maybe a little false alarm today. So
Yeah.
maybe the next week, hopefully he comes into the world in a nice lower rate environment.
I'm rooting for that too. No baby should have to be born into these rates. Hopefully they come down, and he can know low rates. Anything else that you want to hit?
No, I think we did a good job today, man. I think
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, best of luck to you guys. Super excited for you. It's really exciting. I can't wait for the March update and for us to talk about the new addition to the Acosta family.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, I'll see ya.
All right, I'll see you.